Welcome back everyone. We are almost finalizing our mini project and we have fixed this button for now, and only I think these buttons and this or continue with is what's remaining. First of all, this or continue with has a center text outline, and also the color is a bit different. Here's the color code. So let's copy this and use it in our project. And I want to define a new variable and call it dark blue. So this would be our dark blue, right? So this is it, and let's hit save and go back to the what we have here and hit refresh. Well, I did define the color, but I didn't assign the color to this tag. I thought it's gonna go turn blue. I was thinking about something else. Okay, so the or continue with, this is the div that we are going to fix, and let's give a class to this, a new class to this, and call it continue section. Maybe we could come up with a more proper name, but that's what we are going to go. Some people told me that I'm awful at naming my variables and class names, but some people tell me you are great. I can find out which one are correct. And so let's get back to what we have here. So I have a continuous section class, but this continuous section is inside our white area. Okay, so let's get back to our style.css. So this white area that we have and this continuous section that we have, so the first thing that I'm going to assign is a text outline center. So this text outline center is actually, I haven't hit refresh yet, will be applied to this div. So this div and this piece will of course go and get at center. But I'm wondering, I have a question for you guys now. Look at this is my cart, right? And this is the div, my div, and this is the white area. So I have two elements inside this. One is blue area, and this blue area has a 25% width, as you can see in the CSS properties. And this is something that I haven't given a width to it, right? I never gave a width to this div. So that's why the width of this div is being determined automatically by the content inside it. Why? Because this div is inside card, which card has a flex display, so the items inside this will be controlled from card. So that's why this div is not acting like a block element, and it's not occupying the whole width. So that's why it's occupying as much as content it has inside it. So if I go and make these images smaller, my content, all my content gets smaller. Let's see. Let's now, for example, hit refresh. This continue with it came correct. And let's make these buttons smaller. So let's get back to our continue section, and these buttons, I hold the alt key and click here. I give them a class of social link. Okay, so this social link is something that I am going to select. Okay, this social link is inside this continue section, so that's why I am. So I have these buttons, and they all have an image inside them, right? So I can go ahead and select the img that is inside that social links. I can go ahead and give it a, for example, width of, let's see how much the width is. Okay, the width is 24 pixels to 24 pixels. So the width should be 24 pixels and the height should be 24 pixels. So let's go back here and hit refresh. So, and the text outline is centered, but so let's get back to our inspect again. This div, this white area that we have, is the width is being determined automatically, but I want it to have a width of 50%. This white area, this whole white area, and this is what 50% looks like. So no, what this 50% is very much. Let's go 25%. 25% is just similar to what we had, so I go ahead with 33% width. So this is what I'm going to continue with, this 33% width. So let's go in my white area and give it a width of 33%, and get back to what we have. This so this these are the IMGs and inside the social links, but let's select the social links themselves, and the social link themselves, they have, let's come back to this, they have a height of 50 pixels. So let's go, the height is 50 pixels. Okay, and this is it. Refresh. So another thing, rather than as you can see, I'm using box sizing border box so many places in my code, right? This is one place, this is the second place, and this is the third place, and maybe the fourth and fifth. Usually some people, let's hit Control L to let's learn the shortcuts first. Here I highlighted this, hit Control D, so the next one is being highlighted. Hit Control D again, and this is where it stops. So it means we have three box sizings. Now that all of them are selected, I can hit Control L, so the whole line is being selected, as you can see. And now I can hit backspace, so I delete those lines. So there's something that usually people do, and in their star selector they put box sizing border box. So because when they design, they want to have the height, they want to say, hey browser, always when I say height, my height is from border box for everything. So that's why they put that in a star selector, so that in that way they don't have to repeat this box sizing border box for everything that they do. So let's get back to our code and hit refresh. Let's get back to this. Let's see what we have here so far. This is our width, and each one of these buttons that we have here, as you can see, has a width of 125 pixels. So let's go ahead and assign that as well. So the width should be 125 pixels. So let's get back here, hit refresh, and these are all our contents. So why this is not they are not being presented in the same line? So because we assigned a 33 pixel 33% width to this white area, so it's trying to force them all in 33%. So let's uncheck that. When we uncheck that, it will occupy a space as much as it needs. So let's get back to this and let's give it and another thing that now this is applying a border box to this as well. So that's why we have another change. The previous time that we gave 50% to this, it was too much, but now it's a little much, and I think 40%, sorry, not pixel, 40% or 45% is what we are going to continue with. 45.5%. Yes, this is what I'm going to continue with. So hit close, and go inside our white area once more, and this width that we have here should be 42.5% width. Hit refresh again, and this is the result that we have so far. So let's get back to our codes. The Google, they have a link here, and all of them, they have the background of white, and exactly not white. Maybe it's not white. Maybe the background is none. It means it has no background. When it has no background, the background of the layer under this button will be displayed. What do I mean by that? Well, let's try that out. So we can go ahead, find our link. We can give it a background of background color, or even background. Maybe they're both same in this example. Background of none, we can say background none. It has no background, and when it has no background, the layer behind it will be displayed. And also we can say inherit. As you can see, remember, the inherit was one of those four values that you could use for everything. This inherit, it means go ahead and inherit it from your parents. And when we hit refresh, that's why it goes up and go up, and the parent container that it has, is this div, so that's why it will be white like them. So it's up to us. I rather use none for this. So let's hit refresh, and we have a border here. Our border color is our dark blue, not our blue. Okay, as you can see. So let's go ahead here, and in this link we have a border of I don't know if it's 3 pixel or 2 pixel, but we will try a solid dark blue. Dark blue, and this is our variable. We defined our variable before, and hit refresh. And what's wrong with this border? 3 pixels solid var dark blue. We forgot this hyphen in behind that, and this is it. The 3 pixel is too much, I believe, so let's change it to 2 pixels. Let's come back, hit refresh, and this is it. And we can now give it a border radius, and the border radius would be as much as the height. So the border radius, we all have seen all of these these CSS properties, so that's why I'm not talking about this border radius and all of them, because at this point you all now know what is this border radius and things that we have. Okay, and then between this or continue with and this, there is a gap, as you can see. So let's go and apply that gap as well. This is our p tag and this continue section, and we have a p tag inside this continue section. So this continue section, we have a p tag inside that, and we can give a margin bottom to this, and the margin bottom will be, for example, 15 pixels. So let's go ahead, hit refresh, and this is it. And the p tag should have that color. The color is dark blue like we have here, and the color will be dark blue. Color will be dark blue. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was supposed to make the color blue a long time ago. Now I remember. Sorry, it's because of my ADHD. It was sometimes jump to something else and I start working on that. Because as you remember, at the beginning of this session, we were supposed to change the color, and we are in like minute 15 now. I remember that I was supposed to fix this color. So anyway, we have our p tag blue. So but the point is I did it at the end anyway. So we have it here. Hit refresh, and this is or continue with, and these are our all of our buttons here. And let's go ahead and give a hover effect to these things. First of all, the cursor should be pointer. We can this cursor pointer, we have some selected. Let's clean these cursor pointers. Here, first of all, I want to say something. Here, when I select this p tag, well, I am not selecting every p tag in my project. As you can see, this is being restricted, and it says only p tags which are inside this white area and inside this continuous section, or even this image. But sometimes we use a global selector like this p tag. This font size and line height is being applied to every p tag that I use. So I can go ahead and use something for button as well. The button, I believe, should have a pointer cursor by default. And why HTML does not have that by default, I don't know. But I go ahead and say, hey, browser, for all of my buttons in this project, every time I use a button, the cursor is pointer, right? It seems reasonable, so that's why now everything is hovered. And for the hover effect on this btn that we have here, so let's get back to our code, social link. So let's select that, and whenever it becomes hovered, I want to change something. First of all, give that a transition of 0.4 second to this. And this social link that we have here, when it gets hovered, the first thing I want to change is to change the background color to our dark blue that we have. Okay, and let's go back, hit refresh, and this is what happens. Well, now that I think about it, I think it's better to make it blue rather than dark blue. Let's change that, and this is our blue now. Hit refresh, and I think it's good. And let's fix the last thing that we have, because in this session we do not have a sum up section, because we actually didn't learn any new CSS property or new HTML tag. So we just used what we learned to complete this. So the first thing that you might notice, first of all, it has a margin from its top, and it has a flex. We should use a flex display for this. So let's get back to our codes, and this div that we have here, I call it class sign up section. Okay, sign up section, and this sign up section is just like this continuous section in our white area. So we can go ahead and give it this sign up section. So this sign up section that we have, first of all, I am going to give it a margin from top 20 pixels. Okay, the second thing that I'm going to do is to give it a display of flex, right? And third of all, I am going to give it a justify content. But sometimes if you didn't remember what justify content you need to use, just hit refresh. Okay, and in this inspect element area that we have, you can go ahead, and this is our div. So you can give it the justify content for yourself. So for example, this is what center looks like, this is end, this is flex start, and let's go, this is space around. As you can see, in space around, the purple area is the extra space, and this is justify between. Maybe this is what we need, and this is justify evenly, this is justify between. So this is what we need, maybe. No, this is not what we need. I thought this is what we need. And justify content. So let's put that on space evenly. Yes, it seems it's a space evenly for this. Right, it's a space evenly. So let's get back to our codes and apply this justify content space evenly for this. Justify content space evenly. So hit refresh, and we have finally our result. But the only thing that needs to be changed is this link that we have. So first of all, so let's give it another class to this link that we have. We give it a class and we give it a color, give it a sign up link. This is the sign up link that we have, right? So we have our sign up link, but this sign up link is inside our sign up section. So, and this is it. Let's get back to our code. And first of all, to fix it, we need to remove the text decoration that it has. So the text decoration for it is on underline. I'm gonna set it to none. Why I wrote text align? It's text decoration. All right. And the other thing, the color needs to be changed to pink. Color should be var pink, and hit refresh, and now this is it. So and we need to have a hover effect for this as well. So since if I want to have a hover effect for this, I need to change the color to something. I cannot change it to blue, so I change it to dark blue. Okay, change it to dark blue. When it's hovered, change the color to var dark blue. Okay, and give a transition of 0.4 second to this as well. But we have a something here. So this is when it gets hovered, the color will change to dark blue, but this one changed to pink. So I think if we make them look like each other, it's better. So we have this forgot link that we have. Forgot, I think it was forget link here, yes. So this forget link that we have, the color is pink. I'm gonna change it to dark blue. Okay, so this is it. I think we have almost finished it. The only thing that is remaining is icons, and we have to fix it. So this is it. This is for this session, and we do not have any sum up section in this session. So let's hope to see you in next session.